Good evening, everyone. This is Terry Kashat with Connect Loans, and tonight we're going to do a market update for end of October 2024. Number one, what is the average rate right now? We're going to make a few assumptions here if you're buying a home. Let's assume you have a 720 credit score. You're buying a home that is $500,000 or more. You're putting 5% down, paying 1 point towards buying down your interest rate, and your income is above the income limit, which is pretty much the only way you're going to qualify for that deal. You're looking at an average rate of a 7.25%, 7.25%. Now, let's do another example. That was a conventional loan, by the way. Let's do another example, same scenario, but under $400,000, so $400,000 or less, still putting 5% down, still paying 1 point for your interest rate, but now you have a 680 FICO credit score. You're below the income limit, meaning you're either a first-time home buyer making under $96,000, or you're not a first-time home buyer and you're making roughly under $77,000 a year. You will be getting a 6.49%. Yes, a 6.49%. Lastly is going to be an FHA loan, where if you have the same scenario, 1 point, 680 FICO credit score, 3.5% down, you're going to be also looking at a 6.49%. So that is the average interest rate in today's market. You'll notice it's very similar to the last market update we did shortly after September 18th, when the Federal Reserve announced that they're decreasing rates by 0.5%. These rates are relatively the same, but overall rates have gone up a little bit compared to that day. It takes us to point number two, is going to be home value. Home values are still appraising at value, if not above. It's very rare where we're getting a short appraised value. Pretty much has happened only on about 10% of deals throughout all of this year. So home values are continuing to steadily increase, and they're coming in at roughly at value, which means homes are selling for the right price based off today's market. There is also low inventory, which is driving some supply and demand, and you still got to put a competitive offer to win the home for your family, which takes us to point number three of offer strategies. If you've heard from me before, I'm always going to advise going at asking price or above, preferably above asking price. I'm always going to advise in the price ranges that we're talking about around a $10,000 appraisal guarantee or any sort of appraisal guarantee to guarantee that you edge out the competition that is making a similar offer to you. And I'm going to advise that you're working with a reputable loan officer, for example, a Connect Loans loan officer, where they issue something like a certified approval where you're virtually guaranteed to close that deal. And we're going to go to point number four now, which is NAR, the National Association of Realtors. The NAR settlement that went into effect, I want to say sometime in August. It really hasn't affected the market yet. I think listing agents have been doing a good job on convincing their sellers to offer a buyer agent commission the traditional way. I haven't run into one yet, and I haven't really heard people running into it yet. So agents, I want to applaud you for doing a good job on that so far. And lastly, point number five, when it comes to buying a home for your family, the best thing for you to do is to touch down with Connect Loans. Utilize our Connect promise of quality, transparency, and speed so that you could close with confidence. I'll see you soon.